Neon Genesis Evangelion. Now, I apologize for this review being incredibly late. This series actually released in November, and I ended up at the hospital. And when this released, I actually pre-ordered this months in advance, so I could watch this the day it came out and go through it all, make a video, talk about it. Great. That was my plan. Okay? That was my plan. My medical issues had other plans for me, and this came while I was in the hospital. I wasn't able to dive through it, and then I ended up being so busy with Thanksgiving and other holidays, work, all this stuff, and I wasn't able to finally crack into this series here. And I haven't watched through it all, but I just want to talk about the importance of a release like this. Now, I have a very small anime collection. When I say small, this is the number of series and movies, just series I have on Blu-ray, and then I have some anime movies. Very few anime movies, mostly Studio Ghibli ones, right? I don't have a lot, okay? And that's because anime is very expensive, and also anime is hard to get. But Shout Factory signed a deal with the company G Kids, and they put out this release of Evangelion. Now, the importance of this to me is that for many years now, I've heard people talk about Evangelion, and it has been a show that is hard to watch and own on physical media. There's some DVDs that are out of print and very expensive. They're very rare box sets of the whole series, and they're very large box sets too. Well, this one here was $38. Now, you might be thinking $38, isn't that a bit much? I don't think so. First of all, this little slip cover here, has entirely 26 episodes. And of course, this one is in my player right now because I'm actually watching through the series. Because I did watch through the first episode, I'll share some thoughts on that in a minute. But yeah, you have these, you have about 5 discs and 26 episodes, and then the 3 movies, and then some bonus features. So that's what you're paying for $38. Now, if it was just the series, I would say $30 is fair for a whole series, right? $30 fair. Pretty fair price point. That's kind of the average price point for stuff, $25 to $30 per season, right? That's kind of an average price point. For example, all those Warner Brothers shows like, Batwoman, things like that, they release at $25 to $30 price range. Normal. So this series is a remarkably cheap price, and it looks fantastic. Look at this slipcover. Absolutely beautiful here. This is an image from the very first episode of the show, which I know because I watched the first episode of the show. If you had asked me 10 minutes before or 20 minutes before I watched the first episode, I would never have known. But there you go. And it just really neat. And then you got the same image here, back. Like I said, you got some disc. And a nice artwork on the inside too. Now I am having a problem with this one here. It's not. Have you ever noticed that some of these discs now, they're not like clicking into the case now? Like they just don't click, and so they just keep popping out. Really big issue I'm having. But you do get some inside artwork, like the kind of like, what do you call those? I don't know. They're like emergency signals, I guess. I don't know what you call that. Whatever, but yeah, I think this is a really neat box set. Here's what I'll tell you. We are getting at a very good point with anime releases. Anime is getting affordable, and that's a really good thing. And that's because, anime is blowing up in the West right now. One of the most successful films of the year was Demon Slayer. And that's not an American-made movie. It's a Japanese anime film based on an anime that, while popular, doesn't really appeal to mainstream audiences, but it blew up everywhere, was incredibly successful. And we are getting at a point where this happens. I've been seeing a lot of anime releases going down in price. There were some that were on sale during Black Friday, and I never see that. I never see anime titles like that. And so, someone like me, I do like anime. I don't want to. I don't. I'm still a newcomer to it in a sense, but my newcomerness to it is that I want to absorb more, but the price point has always been too pricey for me. And now it's going down in price. We're getting good deals. There's still some very big issues where I think anime is overpriced. For example, I have My Hero Season 1 here. Season 1 is only 26 episodes, and I paid $30 for this. Now, I don't have Season 2. Now, you might be thinking, why don't you have Season 2? Well, Season 2 is also 26 episodes. They split it into 2 different sets. Those 2 different sets are 12 episodes each. So what they did is, instead of waiting for the whole season to finish, they released the set of the seasons individually as they release. So that means that now Season 2 Part 1 is what I gotta pay for, and then Season 2 Part 2. You know how much those releases are separately? I paid, keep in mind, paid $30 for this, $42 for the first part of it. So basically I'd be paying $80 to $90 for just the same thing that I paid for here, just $30. Bullshit. That's why I will never, ever get that season unless it goes down in price. And it hasn't. And that's why I don't have it. And that's just straight the truth of the matter with these things. I just do not have the movie or the series in its entirety for that reason. And Evangelion is at an affordable price point. Has a whole series, just really neat. I guess we'll share some thoughts on the episode I watched. A lot of people have told me things about Evangelion. It's really good, but it's also like very mixed. Some people really love it, some people really hate it. So it's kind of like, what am I gonna feel watching this? And I watched it, and it was good. I'm not gonna say it isn't. It was really good, actually. But it was not what I expected. People told me so many things. I don't know what I expected. But like, it was very straightforward in the character dynamics and what's going on in this first episode. And the thing is, people told me this show's really weird. It's hit or miss. Some people really love it. I don't know if you're gonna like it, but you should at least watch it. And I'm like, I don't know. But it really wasn't that hit or miss. I feel like this is a show that could appeal to a decent number of people. It's really good. It's a really good, straightforward anime, and I really was like, oh, I was pretty shocked by how good it was. Actually, it was really good. I'm excited to watch it. Really, like, watching that first episode immediately after, I'm like, I want to watch the next one. But I stopped to record this video because I felt like, well, I should record this video talking about my thoughts, and I really enjoyed the first episode. Thought it was great. Yeah, just a solid episode. This show made me want to watch more. Great pilot, great introduction to the character dynamics, and seeing what happens next